We begin with the developing story. The search for Nancy Guthrie goes on. We're now in day 5 since anyone has seen her alive. And now at this hour, a 5 o'clock deadline, a ransom deadline made in a letter, has come and gone.
The 84-year-old mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie vanished on Sunday, but her family and law enforcement, they remain hopeful that she'll be found alive. Fox 10 investigator Justin Lum is live in Tucson tonight with the very latest on the search. Justin.
John, Christina, it is 5 p.m. right at this moment, and after everything we've learned from law enforcement this morning, you can only imagine what is going through the minds of Nancy Guthrie's family, and we know that so many in the community are thinking about Nancy right now, but all is quiet outside of Nancy Guthrie's home, unlike yesterday when there was a major law enforcement presence, a crime scene, a perimeter set back up. And if you're just learning about this alleged ransom note, the FBI confirming a little bit more information today to us, talking about that note linked to Nancy. And we've learned through court records tied to this investigation that a Bitcoin wallet address was put on that note with a deadline of 5 p.m. today to make that transfer. What happens next is unknown. Meanwhile, a $50,000 reward was announced for information leading to the location of Nancy Guthrie or an arrest and conviction of anyone involved in her disappearance. But another major development today, Nanos, the sheriff for the Pima County Sheriff's Department, says the blood found on the patio here in the front of the house has been confirmed to belong to Nancy. And this comes less than 24 hours ago when Today Show host Savannah Guthrie and her siblings made an emotional plea via social media asking for Nancy's safe return, and they made it known that they were ready to talk to whoever's behind this alleged ransom note. Now, there has been no further communication that we know of provided to the family, any details, instructions, or whatnot. Ultimately, it is up to them to initiate any contact according to the FBI, but agents are available to consult with them, and crisis negotiators are on standby. Also important to note, the FBI made an arrest today related to an imposter ransom demand. Court documents say a California man sent text messages to Nancy's family after that video was posted asking about the Bitcoin transfer. That person, not the suspect that authorities are looking for. The sheriff doubling down today that although everyone is being questioned, there is not a prime suspect they have in mind. And we've learned more about the timeline of Nancy's disappearance after she was dropped off by a family member following dinner just after 9:45 p.m. last Saturday night. The garage door closed around 9:50, and right after that, around 1:45 a.m., that doorbell camera was disconnected and removed. But just before 2:15 a.m., software detected a person at the property, although there's no video from that incident. And just before 2:30 in the morning, Nancy's pacemaker disconnected from her phone that Sunday.
Everybody, it's so cliche, but everybody's still a suspect in our eyes. That's just how we look at things and think as cops. Does that mean we have a prime suspect? No, and the family's been very cooperative. They've done everything we've asked of them, and we want that relationship to continue. And sometimes people can be mean out there, and that can really harm us and harm our efforts.
I would say we use our expertise and provide consultation and advice anytime a family would ask for our advice in a kidnapping. It's ultimately the family's decision of what they put out and any messages they put out. But we were, obviously, you're all documenting every move we make. We were there last night in talking with the family. But every decision is theirs.
Again, a $50,000 reward was announced today for anyone with information leading to the location of Nancy, any information leading to an arrest of the person involved in her disappearance. Now, with this deadline passed right now, there is a secondary deadline we were told about. All we know is Monday. Not much more information or context to that. John, Christina?
Yeah, Justin, as you're well aware, there's reporting leaking out because obviously media outlets have seen those letters, those ransom letters. So contents are starting to spill out into the public domain. Let me just throw this out there and see if you've heard anything, that the deadline today at 5 is for payment. It's like a window opening. and that if they're not paid in crypto by Monday, they will kill Nancy Guthrie. Is that true?
As far as the lethality there, I have not heard of anything regarding that. As far as the payment, the transfer, and the deadline, that is something that we were able to see in court records linked to this arrest of this California man who allegedly tried it with the family and tried to get paid. So now he is facing charges. As far as the second deadline, it's unknown what are the next stipulations. Okay. Obviously very concerning, bizarre, and horrifying for this family. I mean, who knows what is going on right now at this hour, at this minute, and we will be sure to reach out to the Pima County Sheriff's Department for an update because everyone is talking about this deadline.
Yeah, up until this point, I mean, the family putting out that video, there was no signs of communication from the abductors in that note or how they can communicate. So in putting out that video, it's kind of like we're ready to talk in whichever way that is.
Yeah,
but
you got to reach out to us.
There was no sign of that. So whether that comes soon in the form of a package or something like that, I guess we'll see what happens. Justin, are you noticing any kind of movement with law enforcement there? Any changes in the last couple of minutes? It did sound like there was a chopper overhead for a moment during your live report.
Yes, there was a helicopter that went above. Now that's gone. As far as law enforcement, the Pima County Sheriff's Department, we saw one vehicle come by and stop here for a moment as there appears to be a little bit of a private security detail outside the home. We have not seen any individuals come in and out of the house. We've not seen any other law enforcement or anything indicating that we're going to have another perimeter like yesterday. But we're going to have our nightside crew on the scene, Megan Spector, covering the rest of this tonight. We'll be sure to bring you guys any developments.
Okay,
right.
Justin. Yeah, we're at kind of an impasse here because the Savannah Guthrie video last night was basically urging these people to contact them. Mm-hmm. We want to talk. It's on the captors, if this is all real, to reach out to the Guthrie family. And short of that, the Guthrie family is powerless.
Yeah, it's a very sad situation, and all they wanted is proof of life. We know that she relies on medication for a serious heart condition, so you have to be thinking about that. I mean, it's been 4 days now or so since last Sunday morning. She needs that medication. The sheriff said, not having that could prove fatal, but they believe that she is still out there. They won't stop searching until they find her. That's what they're saying today.
All right, Justin, thank you.
The FBI using billboards to draw attention to this case. We spotted one near 16th Street in Washington today in Phoenix. Once again, the FBI announcing a $50,000 reward for information leading to the people behind this and their conviction. That number for tips, 1-800-CALL-FBI.
You can stay on top of the very latest in this case in the search for Nancy Guthrie in Tucson tonight. We have a special section on our website, fox10phoenix.com/Guthrie, or you can scan that QR code there on your screen to get you right to it on your phone or tablet. You can also get the latest by downloading the free Fox Local app.